insufficient, static, and running in place. Tonight, a scathing indictment of Mayor Justin Bibb's administration by the federal monitor overseeing Cleveland police reforms.
In a newly released report, he criticizes their lack of cooperation and unwarranted delays. News 5 investigator Sarah Buttison has covered problems with the Cleveland Police Department for more than a decade. As she joins us live, Sarah, those are some pretty harsh words from the federal monitor.
You've got that right, Damon. In this, the 14th semi-annual report from the federal monitoring team, the monitor pulls no punches and wrote nearly a decade after the city agreed to massive reforms, the city, quote, can and should do much better for the residents of Cleveland. This report provides the monitoring team's view of the progress Cleveland made during the reporting period from June to December of 2023. In his letter from the monitor, Carl Racine praises Cleveland police officers and union leaders. He says they have, quote, demonstrated commitment to improve how Cleveland is policed. Then he writes the city's leadership would do well to follow suit. He says there was, quote, little progress during the reporting period. All ratings remain the same except for one downgrade. He writes the city's, quote, static performance is akin to running in place. You may remember earlier this year, we told you how the city withheld access to documents and data the monitor needs to do its job until the federal judge overseeing reforms got involved. Racine says the unwarranted delay cost taxpayers time, money, and progress. Finally, the monitor implored Mayor Bibb's administration to cooperate. He says his team is ready to formally assess 3 critical areas, including crisis intervention, search and seizure, and use of force, which will require help from city leaders to complete, and says delays and legal squabbles take away from work that needs to get done. Another example, Racine says the city continues to delay turning over documents to the Community Police Commission. And Katie, I reached out to Mayor Bibb's team today. They have yet to respond to this report.
Well, let's stay on this for a minute because there's been a big shakeup in public safety over the last 6 months. Director Kerry Howard resigned. His assistant was fired last week. And now the controversy surrounding a new hire and his ties to the mayor.
That's right, Katie. Philip McHugh was hired as a senior public safety advisor in January. Last week, we broke the story. He was also Mayor Bibb's college roommate at American University and was at the center of a federal civil rights lawsuit when he was a police detective in D.C., a lawsuit that did cost D.C. taxpayers. McHugh was accused of violating the civil rights of an elderly black couple. Finally, it turns out that the monitor, Carl Racine, who wrote this report, was the D.C. Attorney General when the lawsuit against McHugh was filed. I reached out to Racine about their connection. He says he cannot discuss McHugh's work or the case filed against him, but says he can still listen to any concerns about Mr. McHugh's hiring and current employment with the city of Cleveland.
Interesting connection there. All right, Sarah Buttison, News 5 investigator, thank you so much.